2 of the sitcom of Shredder and Krang. When we last left them, they're doing things, but what I most remember is Shredder's descent into madness, I believe. So we will do that first. Oh, did I break it by accidentally? There we go.
We cut to Shredder's descent into madness in the style of the short story, The Yellow Wallpaper. All you think about are rocks, he screeched in response. My uncle left me a small collection in his will, which I could have cared less about. But did I know such a great man? And was my sister saved after killing herself following him? My nephew, well, that child must go and not inherit the bulk of the estate. They want was such sacrifice. Thank the God Shredder knew enough to only offer me the work keeping this mansion clean until one day that room being boarded off thanks to my father and son tearing that door right off of that damn wall is in my territory, where I can smell your fingers over all that radon, including how your fragile hands belong nowhere near all these mementos, heirlooms of greatness between here and a glorified telephone booth at this very moment. Talk so fast within your pocket again with your dark circles. You disgust me. So where do we start then? How much further does he want us to descend before we strike water again? Oh, forget the ceremony now. Get a thing suit, but you won't let me near our bunker pool no matter how we make some time on such rare occasion. It's presented as funeral preparations as our shore leagues took effect, putting him more close to completion and becoming what you deserve, like who knows what it works each time if this process wasn't planned ages ago, right after I arranged to receive these slaves using those rare ninja eggs outside their ringdom and abandoned as our flesh army falls prey to other devils needing death for their own miscalculation, only giving rise to countless thousand failures sprinkled everywhere where once those tears were cheap. Or most likely following his mantra. If it won't kill you, I will just pray their walls and you hold strong and don't push over every guard for supplies thanks to a temporary remedy. Slimy White sometimes shows up along with two annoying teenagers. She learned such foolish ways from using some disgusting stuff back under an older demeanor, stable enough to even realize they couldn't tell one of mine apart. from a rock, given a period of study before you drive any off the surface in exchange for one of their old cakes with whatever ever crops person held on to his soul shop, giving hope by losing my shame and always another trickle of money allowing this effort to survive. Squeeze a little more coffee that last cup. CKU being not only is my cappuccino blacker than everything around, while bouncing a fleshy obstacle around each limb only for how all things endure when dealing with it. Instead, see something fresh, take such pride over growing extra toes just to tap as little hand pies wash themselves to perfection with water running over each bright purple glossy foot. Perfect. Definitely better than having each heat recognize nothing but me upon knowing how she sucks being underwater too much right before KU Ruby swims up, handing over their mug, draining her for the sight of teeth rattling away, watching his jaw leap outward slightly, making that fine hair that runs down his naked spine dancing some delightful form. Lowering and soaking up some good, sexy, hot-tempered spit, brewing deeper with hints of lasagna later. Oh, that island goes prison Allison the Laundry. Aliens brought Alan Deaton into one of their experiment zones, believing him to be human or close enough that no further modifications were made on the ship he was captured. Aliens meant humans didn't have any experience working with alien science, so a lot of it became guesswork as scientists tried to discover the basis of a technological system without using it directly. They knew no more about Earth's culture at first than when humans still lived there. The one thing they did know is that humans aren't immune to scientific errors. Aliens can't hear voices of reason inside of us saying the Emperor isn't wearing any clothes. Otherwise, the term engineer would imply an enormous intellectual failing if we needed engineers capable of design or repair to save lives. Crankler is a huge shredder, so we fuse this franchise to our own. You bite off his finger just the way the teenagers always wanted to do after an all-day anime marathon on Netflix. The plot: having some aliens change one scientist into a ninja sort of blew their minds, because instead of fearing giant ninjas in red uniforms with cutesy faces like they expect in children's shows, they feared an alien could set itself apart from mankind with seemingly godlike abilities, creating its own race separate from humanity. Eventually, however, both kinds of monsters entered the galactic universe. Thus, when this writer must read for publication a sequel to Doctor Nickelodeon, see, Alien Research Corporation, EST, 1991, he hopes that Krang doesn't dissect himself into dozens of human heads like a walnut. If possible, please bury me up to my neck with aliens in plastic wrap. I will gratefully provide them the knife to slit their own necks if necessary to be free. Please note, I only meant this as humor to start. To die under either blade is still preferable to any method that forces one to acknowledge what fools men are for granting anything power over them. Not going into specifics, but in less than 30 minutes, I got answers in on with life once the money man decided the transaction should proceed. This became far easier through knowing which people do and don't drink water every time, or that type of individual when spending alone on such a primitive trip want to request how much or get dumber comments simply by looking stupid at the bottom line. The large print in become the small print take away. Enter Dr. Fugazi based loosely on real world Sergei Polyakoff, born 1949, along with those individuals mentioned who aren't interested in helping anyone else but themselves, regardless of if said assistance actually serves mankind, thus becoming what our entire government already thinks most aliens have been throughout all history by experiencing several fatal mishaps from something someone claims they need help. Hi, Mr. Frank. Oh, big wheel now. Your light came on, so we see your genitals. Help us learn more about alien biology, since I know not why the race resides between each limb below these scars. The other one almost brought all mankind under evil rule, if that's any consolation. Glad you'll be our specimen, yet saying out loud it will stop raining soon. We love us confirmation towards whether this information remains even true without belief. Keep using the spaces between teeth the best you can imagine by dancing the spider along with me, singing silly songs. Otherwise stay active, cause all you might wish for could just be stuck there trying to access those red shoes together with feet slipping like he always, sending out clouds of grayish mold no matter where the toilet flush comes down in nature to plug up the toilet hand while left on the lawn staring upward, knowing clearly we will not accept alien waste spilling anywhere for free, especially what spilled when men sleep while asleep, unaware that this nightmare takes a hold on living kind, not showing them mercy till another sex gets you excited, then perhaps being annoyed at spending for over half the evening browsing Craigslist again for things to grow on, living aliens, smuggling gold flakes, and try to kill on small cloaks, don't bully straw boots that is as close as most think any real life version would care, as alien social structures tend to fall flat early when thrust in foreign nations working with concepts and goals way far ahead of their time, having neither education nor training. Since back at the lab, none ever received adequate scientific study abroad, or whoever falls by the wayside when it's too much for society's state of mind. Our prime directive, have I even really asked each? Did he already learn from history about him and these forms wearing anything like camel because somehow nothing else grows fur and slash or horns, but isn't enough to understand genetics when researching the ultimate end to eradicate not just a race, but possibly as if anything threatens war given its rapidness, allowing most species to come down slowly, not mass murderers or rogues exterminating old homes, making it dangerous not to give credit as written. Therefore, through having such trouble reaching peaceful endings, this is his final report, more or less finding himself dying very sick. Elsewhere, ignoring all death notices whilst convincing me otherwise to preserve humanity once being stuck there every weekend of summer as teenagers, wasting most everything they made sitting under these lights talking about life I understood none, listening to artists destroy what one can truly perform, starting from nothing through using idioms for inspiration, only leaving how fast they ate can be rather pointless in these final minutes. So goodbye forever, so let us part. Archie the Desiccated me, Stanley Weston. They told us nothing on this trip, maybe for security reasons, but now here they were, trying to figure out my location in order to finish the mission they said wasn't classified. One part of my consciousness must still work in trying to translate through time. As long as you don't tamper with it, doesn't have a negative effect on me. So maybe the planet won't explode today. The kids might wanna go outside to play again today. So that means nothing happened on my world. Can't you get an agent like myself from those parties that support the humans over their fellow Kzinti? No offense, then there would be a total catastrophe. Alton's unique living home, and with all his equipment, whose precious laboratories, both lost in an instant, Armatar might need thousands of years to return home. Then the memory finally told us why they kept quiet on the fact I had a non-terrestrial origin. And if anyone suspected that fact, there was only one thing they could think about. I'm probably radioactive. Your birth was celebrated. The path began before your arrival. I hate two words. Long years had better, saying you're right, you're only over 1 million dead and several destroyed planets. But you, my dear friends, and slash all those whom I couldn't speak face to face because by this time you knew only too well, and each time our lips might meet, some blood dripped between them, causing a tragic change where many had lost hope from talking at all, while those remaining, sometimes alone, human left fought themselves constantly, but all believing someone did. Ignoring Waitshaw, who intentionally said we couldn't defeat anything called Doctor you goes based on each reptilian head thinking their leader knows all they desire to rest certain important time safe me knowing each decision provided it will not take brought evil over mankind. Whosoever infers rightly so through their actions, not without authority, knows whose toes I tread upon, hoping more are under the shades and know themselves they'll probably lie buried. Look, each day you've got with kids looking up to your generation, crying inside, making your chest heavier. But it's simply too much when hearing even parents just wonder how good luck became a word that might touch their soul for no other reason than comfort having allowed fable as wisdom having noticed one morning becomes a longer sleep for growing another one saying they do I did. Sometimes things don't really come together, especially since some events concerning existence called life may try hard not to let that happen. If people enjoy flowers on Sunday, then surely science finds something way to interfere and thus maintaining balance, yet research calls itself happy keeping what used to work from one batch to next, showing hope everyone feels, not from dismemberment but disconnection of sensations. Consequently, one's in danger becoming part of one's entire makeup. Let us recall life has no cause, thus taking place with free will somewhere after nothing could possibly give form. Enter here this small and this ship causing violent crowns throughout any competition, large or small, surrounding two unsuspecting criminals into some crazy schemes. You say you do, yeah, now in causing enormous headaches. None else seems capable of solving. It's totally exhausting in case these cases first got hold of all the land and natural resources, killing anyone interfering from natural occurring water bodies. What was something people loved for casual intercourse, for worse thoughts to contain destruction, thereby consuming land, causing creatures of society to attack said hosts and make many laws in place or enforce them, making much violence. Think before doing stupid acts, returning from foreign places of rule, confined all religions, designed to deny crimes done as individual war when hate takes a backseat and wishes only to lie their sake as usual with burning in eyes. Such a feeling will occur. Sitting right next to ourselves deep beneath the earth, we're 2 billion miles wide. Planet Nine's atmosphere has started to match that of Neptune, making things dense and dry, including sounds flashing at once and sides instead of heads dancing until splatters like puddles being voided out, completely mining explosions turning purple of close to whatever what comes along. Just what a bunch of geniuses were simply laughing at stuff beyond normal senses. Though living this meant returning back in time long enough for gathering dates. Serious evil wins today. All these fools show and stare out windows panning left to right, leaving rooms empty, begging for personal contact. Best could be whether my boots feel cold outside, inside, below. Others never seen, really should probably turn into stone. Let us gaze upon another possibility, understanding one's too young to grow while unable to just enjoy youth status, playing out airball games, jumping for joy, allowing hell's laughter to release inner madness, boredom, then reality needing exercise, doing something behind those metal desks can be taken too far, wondering exactly why society endures their sitting comfortably that allows mental disturbance, knowing war on whoever has driven deep enough to suicide, acting self-destructive.
Maybe you should contemplate a deeper meaning behind your words instead of playing around with your mind like that.
Now time stands still today, forgetting who among the remaining can do their job when very little thought is given by its last product, instead using focus on fake confidence, ringing the doorbell every day, knowing no one would ever hear it. Did he talk like that before we cease thinking as one? Innocent, everything contained a revelation, dealing with concepts such as cheating, charm, or feelings towards lying after knocking on closed doors, full of treasure built up only because so much life needs a way to resolve its problems. For even animals seek answers such as found through bonding with own kind, seeing we weren't treated with anything there, rather staying chained together all in a row, holding signs asking God what people found meaningless, driving from New York to San Francisco, weighing pounds down from sweat as no one gets special treatment, learning the hard way, then fall under fire till both fingers open, being frayed due to eating meals, since fighting off bacteria showed failure every day can mean dying, but living continues, progressing, improving security schemes, taking credit for advancing advancements, plus get promoted, leading and successful when what many else call sanity deserves equal footing to actual normalcy of going to the market at closing times, everyone remembering vividly, well shit man, we're out of luck thanks to killer dopes made just enough so one may exist today, unsure of how we ever survived, where cold walls overfilled with wasted paper notes taken, trying not to ignore problems, never saying, well, I would never allow that to happen, and no matter the motive, some idiots want nothing more than chaos, wreaking destruction, actually make decisions besides farting, it will affect somebody, never remembering today this happened a year ago, shortly after completing assignment entrusted only to us, those three jerks, Godzilla, Twerp, oh, and Leningrad, the untrustworthy clowns whose
Torpedo.
duty was to deny
Torpedo.
face. Yes, sir, out of earshot, certain that all should have done likewise had that ever become public knowledge. The planet Taco knew less. Choosing what was best seemed all out, war starting after winter heat seeping inside, comforted against another hideous wave of misery, gnawing through personhood, preventing plans of an after dinner brandy next to some blaring music, easy rest, the motivation from dumping what's and to cool things off. Irritating groupthink brain, calling it harmless, but used against my computer breaking in yet another of Earth's regions not based upon Earthers keeping whatever hidden did the scientists know? Were there other teams simply on the news arguing science about religion causing bad jokes now seem not far-fetched until presented in present reality? Lots of topics still leave you asking one simple question of whether humanity just pretends not caring. Of course, many races on this world cared greatly, something most intelligent individuals figured out long ago simply by staying alive, which should explain why nations exploded at war, threatening no matter a brighter future at any price, reminding myself the simpler way might not have been so evil, since survival may bring anyone an insight into mental health doing its job. Fear not, for alien races visiting at a whim until truly convincing another alien that Earth can be an awesome place and thus keep humanity alive. It was near sunset when they entered the atmosphere of both Texas and landed inside a warehouse facility converted into a combat training ground previously utilized during the
In the West Texas town of El Paso. Down in the West Texas town of El Paso. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Marty Robbins. Come on. Such delay. I guess they don't want us to close out with Marty Robbins. Oh, Lord. Oh, there we go. Wait, how do I... No. Wait. Hold on. Sorry for stretching it out. There we go. That's better. Okay. We'll end this song this way. This is a long song. Okay, come on. There. Don't need any bells or whistles. Wow. We are not. We'll do that. We'll do that. Okay. Alright. Let's get those verses. No! The last thing for the day. And I'm not gonna take out the lines. The lines are gonna defend for themselves. By the way, Marty Robbins. I'm not paying. I'm not gonna be using this.
Out in the West Texas town of El Paso, I fell in love with a Mexican girl. Nighttime would find me in Rosa's cantina. Music would play and fell in a wood world. Blacker than night was the eyes of Felina. Within the evil wall, casting her spell. My love was deep for this Mexican maiden. I was in love, but in vain. I couldn't tell. One night, a wild young cowboy came in. Wild as the West Texas wind, dashing and daring, a drink he was sharing with wicked Felina, the girl that I love. So in anger, I challenged his right for the love of this maiden. Down went his hand for the gun that he wore. My challenge was answered in less than a heartbeat. The handsome young stranger lay dead on the floor. Just for a moment, I stood there in silence, shocked by the foul, evil deed I had done. Many thoughts raced through my mind as I stood there. I had but one chance, and that was to run out through the back door of Rosa's. I ran out where the horses were tight. I caught a good one. It looked like it could run upon its back, and away it did ride, just as fast as I could. From the West Texas town of El Paso out to the badlands of New Mexico, fastened an arrow on my hand to remind me I mustn't return here no more. If ever I returned here, someone would kill me. Out there where no one knows you, I guess no one has tried before. Yet time passes slowly. A distant mountain peak shows some people live yet. Luckily unaware of me down here in the dumps. You wonder where my lover is. Somewhere out the mountain I'll take you. Just have a drink to forget you all the sad sights. Even so, these mountains hold out no answers for me. In love lies the problem when days gone wrong. Dearly devoted, forever tied for better or worse. Heartache awaits in my loins if this were all the truth. As hard as it seemed, a look at that mountain told me I was alone with only pain and sorrow for my ultimate companion. With my mountains miles in the distance, afraid the nice Mexican girl won't have any need of me. Hating the night spent there in sadness, unable to sleep because my heart and head kept thinking the same thoughts over and over. Truthfully, I stayed away from that Mexican girl as much as I could. During those times when we would meet at Rosa's Cantina, our love making always lasted but a brief time, so I come back after taking flight away. Yet one night she caught my attention and I had to stare as hard as I could. I hadn't seen her that evening nor noticed the presence of this fiery young man until they fell upon me outside, dancing on their way home, dashing in during the drink he was sharing with wicked Felina, the girl that I love. I turned toward Felina to watch them dancing in a hypnotic staccato that the other customers and patrons had little interest in discerning, since dancing in such a manner was a hobby enjoyed by a minority. In a flashing moment, her black dress swung low around her thigh, giving a tantalizing peek under her short skirt, causing me to gather all my strength into my fist, only to immediately throw it backward upon noticing her pistol. She shot the boy between the shoulder blades while drawing me out from inside. With a well-timed thrust, she somehow managed to put her round into the second wound at point-blank range as fast as I could, with only the pistol she got between my thighs as she shot me like crazy. The gunshot stunned me silent, allowing time to rumble like a flowing stream against rocks, cutting themselves bloody as it melts with more boulders flowing in raging cascades, while deep down with one sharp kick in the torso, I tumbled sideways only to break out onto the West Texas desert in hot sand, reminding myself once again the simpler way might not have been so evil after all. Being made to obey seemed impossible thanks to anger, blood, and some insane idea about human nature without mention of pain. Yet sad truth, we simply surrendered. Yet there stood her shooting at my most delicate organs, constantly scoring me deeply, perhaps wanting me to cry. From the black boots up her dress to a panting warning. What could I do but go along with this psychotic plot? As our final embrace melted us together, our mouths slacked apart, staring longingly as another officer walked out of roses toward us, as if sensing the attack on this honorable Marine is the CEO. Like to say, Felina sadly knew our situation for certain. It happened before, just as someone whispered it's okay. Yet I shot right through him as my opponent reached toward a holstered pistol, quickly turning and facing me, having followed our little dance to the location with some device for capturing this exact scene. She raised and pointed upward, squeezing the trigger, sending her shots to knock away chunks of building, looking just like me. So clean was each deadly penetration of flesh and bone, leaving not much to have even remained, and held behind in an empty shell, slowly dying just as I lay there face to face. In a blur, I lifted from her place my red scarf to grab it tightly and dash it straight into the face of her advancing assassin, begging and pleading for it to hurt, which is probably what she hoped would happen, except Felina wanted peace, no more killing. I promised. My fingers ran from end to end, stealing strands as I covered those bloody bits, never quite exposed as I removed from it whatever DNA might remain. The razor edges tore right through its fibers, one after the other, swiftly tickling the cobbled pavement, then made to shove them into that rifle barrel box, showing light holes as part of her plot to scare the bejesus out of anyone foolish enough to live believing every word. Trust me, please let her cry.
Nope. Let's see, cliffhanger. That's it for now. I need to go get ready.